Calypso in Trinidad is music that has emerged of very complex processes of many different races, ethnic groups, meeting on the arena of Trinidad. That's when you hear about, for example, the stick fighting contests that went on throughout the 19th century into the 20th century. But the stick fight was accompanied by drumming, chanting, call and response, litanic type songs. And these songs have formed the basis of the calypso, particularly the road march type calypso, where you still have that call and response structure. You hear the feet of the people tapping and moving and shuffling, chipping to the music. Stick fighting music was not narrative music. It was really music to inspire the fighters to fight. There are other forms that fed into what eventually became known as the calypso. Now, the bel air was a different sort of form. It was a poetic form. It was a French verse form, but it was taken over by the Afro-Trinidadians, and the rhythm of the bel air was initially, I think, the rhythm of the minuet. But Afro-Trinidadians put that to drums. The bel air became one of the root forms that contributed to the narrative type calypso. If you study the music of Trinidad, the most data that you are likely to gather would come from studying the emergence of the Trinidad Carnival.
One's fellow man and of God or Jah. And when reggae singers aren't singing about love, they were singing about rebellion and revolution against the forces impeding that love, like the extreme violence, poverty, racism, and government oppression they were witnessing or experiencing on a regular basis. Reggae music reached more popular international acclaim after singer Jimmy Cliff released a movie called The Harder They Come, with a powerful socio-political storyline and an equally strong reggae soundtrack. This sudden global attention and interest in the music paved the way for possibly reggae's biggest superstar, Bob Marley, to become a worldwide legend and the name most associated with the genre. Today, reggae music has spurred the innovation of a whole new range of musical styles, like modern Jamaican dub, and have been fused into many other popular genres, like hip-hop and rap. Yet still you can find bands in every corner of the world, playing that authentic, roots reggae like it was when it started out in Jamaica over 50 years ago. Thank you for joining me again, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please remember to subscribe to Elite Jamaica.
What we're doing is presenting traditional carnival as it was presented by my ancestors, the post-emancipated African, back in the day. That mass is still played here in Trinidad and Tobago. It's not something that you see here in Toronto. One thing that I want to emphasize, the regular fare of the bath suit and the wire bra and bikini and beads. There is more to the carnival than that. It came from someplace else. You'll see such characters like the Hero Grenade, Dame Lorraine, Baby Doll, the Speech Band, and Midnight Robber, which I play. They were created by the post-emancipated African male and female in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's very important to look back and say, where did these things come from? And how did these beautiful and amazing art practices emerge?
Everybody said this child is spitting image of you.
The baby doll was a statement on renegade fathers. The Midnight Rubber was straight out of a Western film. Then you had the Dame Lorraine, always played by men, so it was a drag mask. Big breast, big bottom, mimicking the French Madame. Scandal and Bacchanal.
And I ask you
to spell. Then you have the Tobago speech band. They take any issue of the day, scandal of the day, political, social, or international, and they create these 6-line stanzas to provoke laughter. We are opening up to this generation, hey, there's another world view to the carnival that was created by my ancestors out of a place of emancipation, a place of protest. One of the reasons I was told by the late Charlie Roach, who was one of the architects of this Caribana, is that when it was presented as a gift to the nation in 1967, they wanted to present the pretty side of the mass, the pretty mass, because the world in 1967 was in upheaval. At that time was the Vietnam War, and they didn't want this part of the mass presented because it would encourage the protesters, people to come out and couch themselves inside of that to protest the situation.
Shape and Motion 1. I was wondering if I could shape this passion just as I wanted in solid fire. I was wondering if the strange combustion of my days, the tension in the world inside of me, and the strength of my heart were enough. I was wondering if I could stand as tall when the tide of the sea rose and fell, if the sky would recede as I went, or the earth would emerge as I came to the door of the morning, locked against the sun. I was wondering if I could make myself nothing but fire, pure and incorruptible, if the wound of the wind on my face would be healed by the work of my life, or the growth of the pain in my sleep would be stopped in the strife of my days. I was wondering if the agony of years could be traced to the seed of an hour, if the roots that spread out in the swamp ran too deep for the issuing flower. I was wondering if I could find myself, all that I am in all that I could be, if all the population of stars would be less than the things I could utter, and the challenge of space in my soul be filled by the shape I become.